Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the 5 survival preps you didn't think of. While everyone knows to stock up on food and water, these unexpected essentials can make a world of difference in a crisis. We're talking about the tools and tricks that can help you stay alive and safe when the unexpected hits. These aren't your average prepper tips. We're going beyond the basics here. Get ready to learn about the often overlooked items that can make your survival journey a little less daunting and a lot more manageable. Let's get to it. We all know the importance of a good first aid kit, but let's face it, most of us just grab a pre-made one and call it a day. We chuck it in our backpack or toss it in the trunk, barely giving it a second thought. But when the unexpected hits, that little kit becomes a lifeline, and trust me, you don't want to be caught short when it comes to medical emergencies. We're talking about more than just slapping on a band-aid and hoping for the best. We're talking about being prepared for burns, sprains, even infections, situations that can quickly escalate in a survival scenario. Think about it. You're miles from civilization. Maybe you've taken a tumble, a nasty cut, or a burn from a cooking fire. The wilderness throws curveballs, and your first aid kit needs to be ready for anything. That's why it's crucial to go beyond the basic bandages and antiseptic wipes. Sure, those are essential, but we need to up our game. We need to think like wilderness warriors, ready to tackle any medical challenge that comes our way. First up, we need to address the burns. A good burn gel is worth its weight in gold. It soothes the pain, prevents infection, and promotes healing. Trust me, you don't want to be caught without it. Next, let's talk sprains. A good compression bandage can make all the difference in stabilizing a sprained ankle or wrist. It'll help reduce swelling and pain, allowing you to keep moving. And don't forget about infection. Antibiotic ointment and antiseptic wipes are essential for keeping wounds clean and preventing nasty infections. Remember, in a survival situation, even a small cut can quickly become life-threatening if it gets infected. But it's not just about the supplies, it's about knowing how to use them. Take the time to familiarize yourself with basic first aid techniques. Learn how to properly clean and dress a wound, how to treat a burn, and how to immobilize a sprain. Remember, knowledge is power, and in a survival situation, it can be the difference between life and death. So be prepared, be informed, and be ready to take on any medical challenge that comes your way. Now, let's talk about a true survival essential, the mighty MultiTool. This isn't just some fancy gadget you hang on your keychain and forget about. This, my friends, is a game changer. It's a toolbox, a workshop, a survival kit all rolled into one compact package. Imagine this. You're deep in the wilderness, miles from civilization. Your shelter needs reinforcement, your gear needs repair, and you need to prepare food. This is where the MultiTool steps up, your trusty sidekick ready for anything. A good multi-tool is like having a whole arsenal of tools at your fingertips. Need to cut through some tough branches for your shelter? No problem, whip out the saw blade. Need to tighten a loose screw on your gear? Easy, grab the screwdriver. But it's not just about fixing things. A multi-tool can also be a lifesaver in a pinch. Need to build a fire? The magnesium starter or fire starter rod will be your new best friend. Need to defend yourself against an unexpected critter encounter? The blade can come in handy. Don't underestimate the power of this compact tool. It's versatile, it's reliable, and it can handle just about anything you throw at it. When choosing your multi-tool, look for one with a sturdy build and a good range of tools. A knife, saw, pliers, screwdriver, and a file are all essential components. And don't forget about the little things. A can opener, a bottle opener, even a toothpick can come in handy when you least expect it. Remember, in a survival situation, it's often the small things that make the biggest difference. So, invest in a good multi-tool, learn how to use it effectively, and keep it close at hand. It might just be the most valuable tool in your survival arsenal. Chapter 3. Back to Basics, the toolkit you shouldn't live without. In a world of high-tech gadgets and gizmos, it's easy to forget the importance of basic tools. But when it comes to survival, sometimes the simplest tools are the most reliable. We're talking about the essentials: a hammer, pliers, a screwdriver set, some nails and screws. These might seem mundane, but trust me, they're the backbone of any good survival kit. Think about it. You're building a shelter, reinforcing your camp, or even just making some basic repairs. You need tools that are tough, dependable, and easy to use. That's where the basic toolkit comes in. A good hammer, for example, is essential for driving intense stakes, breaking up firewood, or even defending yourself in a pinch. Pliers are perfect for gripping, twisting, and cutting wire or small objects. And a screwdriver set is a must-have for any repairs, whether you're fixing your gear, tightening screws on your shelter, or even disassembling something for parts. Don't underestimate the power of these simple tools. They're the foundation of any good survival kit, and they can make all the difference in a challenging situation. When choosing your tools, look for quality over quantity. Invest in a few well-made, durable tools that will last you a lifetime. And don't forget to pack a few extra nails and screws. You never know when you might need them. Remember, survival is all about being resourceful and adaptable. By mastering the use of basic tools, you'll be well equipped to handle any challenge that comes your way. Chapter 4. Stay connected. Emergency communication is key. In a survival situation, staying connected can be the difference between life and death. Whether you need to call for help, check in with loved ones, or simply stay informed about the situation, having a reliable means of communication is crucial. But what happens when your cell phone battery dies or there's no signal? That's where emergency communication devices come in. We're talking about tools like hand crank radios and satellite phones, devices that don't rely on traditional cell towers or electricity. These are your lifelines to the outside world when all else fails. A hand crank radio, for example, allows you to receive emergency broadcasts, weather updates, and even news from around the world. And because it's powered by you, you never have to worry about batteries dying at the worst possible moment. Satellite phones, on the other hand, offer a more direct line of communication. They allow you to make and receive calls from virtually anywhere in the world, regardless of cell tower coverage. Of course, satellite phones can be expensive, but they're a worthwhile investment if you frequently find yourself in remote areas. But it's not just about having the right equipment, it's also about knowing how to use it effectively. Familiarize yourself with the features of your chosen communication device, practice using it before you need it, and make sure you have a way to power it up if necessary. Remember, communication is key in any survival situation. By investing in a reliable emergency communication device and learning how to use it properly, you'll be one step ahead when it matters most. Chapter 5. Don't underestimate hygiene. Stay clean, stay healthy. We often focus on the big things in survival: shelter, water, fire. But what about the little things, the things we often take for granted? Things like personal hygiene. You might not think it's a top priority when you're fighting to survive, but trust me, maintaining good hygiene can be just as important as finding food and water. Why? Because poor hygiene can lead to illness, infection, and a whole host of other problems that can quickly derail your survival efforts. Imagine this: you're days into a wilderness survival situation. You haven't had a proper wash, your hands are covered in dirt, and you're starting to feel a little under the weather. Suddenly, that small cut on your hand starts to look a lot more serious. Or that upset stomach turns into something much worse. In a survival situation, even minor ailments can quickly escalate into major problems. That's why it's crucial to pack a dedicated hygiene kit. We're not talking about anything fancy here, just the essentials: hand sanitizer, wet wipes, soap, toothbrush and toothpaste, and a small towel. These simple items can make a world of difference in maintaining your health and well-being in a survival situation. Hand sanitizer is your first line of defense against germs. Use it frequently, especially before handling food or treating wounds. Wet wipes are great for a quick cleanup when water is scarce. And don't forget about the importance of oral hygiene. Brushing your teeth might seem trivial, but it can help prevent infections and keep your mouth healthy. Remember, in a survival situation, your body is your temple. By taking care of your hygiene, you're taking care of your health and giving yourself the best chance of survival. Outro: stay prepared, stay safe. So there you have it, folks. 5 survival preps you didn't think of. Remember, survival isn't just about knowing how to build a fire or find shelter. It's about being prepared for the unexpected, thinking outside the box, and having the right tools and knowledge to handle any situation. By adding these often overlooked items to your survival kit and mastering the skills we've discussed, you'll be well on your way to becoming a true wilderness survivor. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more survival tips and tricks. Stay prepared and stay safe.